Welcome to another Meetup Live event. My name is Alex. I'm joined today by Colin. We are both leads on the community support team, and we are here for office hours to talk to you about the Meetup for Organizers app. As ever, we like to start off these Meetup Live events by sharing our event guidelines and giving you a sense about what to expect. First, this video will be recorded. You do not appear in the video. Both your video and your audio have been courtesy muted during this event. So you should just be seeing our faces and the slide deck that we are going to be sharing. However, we do want to hear from you. We're really excited that you're joining us today. If you have questions about using the Meetup for Organizers app, please feel free to submit those questions in the Q&A chat at the bottom of your Zoom screen. If you'd like closed captioning, we do have that available. To turn that on, just click the live transcription icon at the bottom of your screen and select your preference. All right, today, our event, we've got the agenda up here on this slide. Once I get done with this introduction, we're going to have a brief chat about why we've developed a separate app for organizers. Once we give you a sense about what the purpose of this app is and our thought process behind developing and creating it, we will go through a live demonstration. Colin is going to share his mobile device's screen and take us through the navigation and the use of this new app. When we're done with the demo, then, of course, as I said, we will make time for the Q&A session at the end. So please make sure you're using that Q&A feature at the bottom of your Zoom screen as questions pop up. All right, we're going to move on today. So what we're going to talk about today, as I sort of already teased, we're going to take a look at the unique features that are available in the Meetup for Organizers app. There are some features that are entirely exclusive to this app. Some of them have not been available on mobile before. So we'll take a look at like the different tools that are accessible in different versions of Meetup. Then we're going to take a look at how you can set up the Meetup for Organizers app if you haven't done so already. When Colin shows us the demonstration, he'll walk us through how we create an event with the Meetup for Organizers app, including, and this is sort of a crucial part of it, how you can activate optional settings. Some of those optional settings in this organizer app are, as I said, exclusive to this new version of the app. Last but not least, we want to make sure that you've got access to us on the community support team. So we're going to show you how you can request additional features in the app, how you can share that sort of product feedback, and how you can reach out for support, how you can contact us if you encounter an issue or you have questions about how best to use the app. Before we get started, we do have a brief poll that we're going to share with you. We want to know if you've already downloaded the new Meetup for Organizers app. And if you haven't, we'd really love to know why. A lot of times we're hearing that people just aren't used to planning events on their phone, or if they're waiting for other updates from us. So hearing from you, hearing feedback directly from people who are our audience of people who are using the app, this is really crucial for us to help continue developing the app and rolling out new features. So feel free to engage with the poll. We'll keep moving along. All right, our next section is a brief talk about why we've developed this new organizer app. So you might be asking yourself, we already have the Meetup website and there was a previous Meetup app. So why did we develop this new organizer app? Our thought process here was to create a dedicated experience for organizers to reflect our focus on the organizers who are leading their communities. Having separate tools as a separate app is going to create a faster and simpler experience so that you can host and plan your events on the go. This is reflecting how both the internet and how community building are changing, and we're trying to make sure that your tools are as convenient as possible. By creating this dedicated separate app as well, it allows us to iterate and build new features more quickly. So again, we'll continue offering the opportunities throughout this presentation today so that you have the access to continue requesting new features and giving us feedback so that we're able to continue improving this app for you. We also want to give you a breakdown about what the differences are here, because as I said, there is a previous Meetup app where you were able to both access your organizer tools and engage with groups that you were just a member of. As you're no doubt familiar, the classic Meetup app allowed you to create and edit events, You were able to contact members through your email client on your mobile device. You were able to manage your attendees and check notifications for your entire account. You could save a single event draft if you weren't ready to publish it yet. And any time that you published an event through the Meetup app, it automatically announced that event to all of your group members. The Meetup for Organizers app creates a much more robust experience and offers some additional features. Some of them are going to be the same as the original app. You can still create and edit events. You can still contact your members with your email tool, and you can still manage your attendees. But our next few bullets here are expanded capabilities. There's similar features to what were available in the classic app, but now they've created a broader experience and a more specific experience for organizers. Rather than getting notifications for everything on your Meetup account, you are getting notifications specific to the groups that you organize. So you're getting a much more streamlined experience about the notifications that are most significant to you as a community organizer. Rather than saving a single event draft, you can save a list of event drafts. So this is a useful planning tool. If you know that there are certain multiple events that you want to schedule in the future, unique events that will not be recurring, you can manage that now in the Meetup app in a way that you were not able to do with the previous app. And last but not least, with the expanded capabilities, rather than automatically announcing your events, you have the choice to manually select when those announcements go out. Having consistent and clear communications that you as the organizer have control over so that you can reach your audience based on your group's needs is a really crucial feature. So getting the opportunity to manually select when your events get announced is something we're really excited about with this app. The remaining bullets on this list that you're seeing on the right-hand side are new features that are exclusive to the Meetup for Organizers app. You can create repeating events, which was something you can do on the website, but were not previously able to do on the prior version of the Meetup app. You can use rich text formatting, so you can make bold or italic text. You can insert hyperlinks. This is now available through the Meetup for Organizers app. You can add or change event hosts. You can create events that charge a small fee for your attendees. This is a really great way to encourage show-ups and more engagement and commitment from your group members. This is now available through the Meetup for Organizers app. You can even search for specific events. If you've hosted many, many, many events, the opportunity to search through past events so that you can copy something that you previously thought worked. You have that capability now as well. And you also can connect your Zoom account directly to your Meetup organizer account. So with a single tap of a button, you can create an online event with a pre-populated Zoom room specific for your event. So these are some of the unique features available in the Meetup for Organizers app. A lot of these were developed based on feedback we were receiving from organizers who were building their communities with us here on Meetup. We're really excited to make sure that some of these capabilities are more accessible now, and we'll continue building on this. We'll keep talking through the presentation today about what we're continuing to develop and what you can expect. So now we're going to talk about how you can set up the Meetup for Organizers app and start using it. If you have not already got your phone on hand for this Meetup Live event, I strongly recommend going to get it. I'll give you a minute or two here, and we'll keep talking at different points throughout the presentation about where and when you might want to download the app. But this next slide here is going to show you a QR code. You can use your phone's camera, scan this QR code. It's going to take you to a landing page where you can download the Meetup for Organizers app. It'll be specific to your mobile device type. If you're using an Android device or an Apple iOS device, you'll get the version of the Meetup for Organizers app that suits your phone. These screenshots here on the screen will give you a glimpse about what to expect when you log in. And when you do log in, you'll do so using the same login credentials that you use for your Meetup account on the website or on the other version of the Meetup app, the classic members Meetup app. You do need to be an organizer or a member of the leadership team in order to really use the Meetup for Organizers app. If you are not a member of the leadership team or an organizer, you need to start a group and have a working organizer subscription in order to access these tools. But we're happy to show you, what to expect. And if you are already an organizer and you're already using this app, welcome. We're going to walk you through how to best use this. We will have this QR code up available throughout the presentation today. This is not your only chance. So again, if you do need to run and get your phone, I highly recommend doing so. Our next segment is going to be Colin walking us through how to do so. I learned by doing. So having Colin show us how to navigate the app, how to use the app. This is a great opportunity to have your phone on hand, to be logged into the Meetup for Organizers app and walk through it with Colin. So here is an overview about all of the different features that Colin is going to walk us through today. As I said, we do have the QR code available at the top of the screen again here. If you didn't get a chance to download it on our previous slide, just trying to give everyone a chance to make sure that they have been able to download it and they are logged in. And I'm going to move on to the next slide now and hand over the presentation to Colin, who's going to show us on his phone how we can use the Meetup for Organizers app. Colin, you all set?
Set. Hey everyone, Colin here from the product team. I'm excited to show you the Meetup for Organizers app. Feel free to scan the code. I'm gonna take screen sharing over so I can show you my screen. Just give me 1 second. Alrighty. All right, there's my doggy there. This is my Meetup folder. Okay, so as Alex said, we do have our original member app, but today I'm going to show you the Meetup for Organizers app. That's the black Meetup logo there. So when you open the app, it's important to note that you need to log in with your organizer account because the app is not available to members. So you'll need to be on the leadership team of a group in order to access this app. So I'm going to log in with my account here. 1 second. All right. Cool. So you can also log in with Apple, Google, or Facebook if you have it connected. But for this one, I'm just going to log in with my email. So welcome to the Meetup for Organizers app. This is your group overview page that you'll land on. You can see at the top is your group title. It also shows your location, group's location, and also the number of members in your group. Now, when you tap your member count, you see I have 290 yogis. This is my virtual yoga for beginners group that I do every, like after work. So I have 290 members here. When you tap that, it will bring you to our mobile web experience where you can manage your group's membership. So you can change your members' role and, let's do a refresh. So you can change your members' role here. If you need to remove any members, you can improve members if you have the organizer approval turned on. You can also tap into the member's profile and see their stats. You can change, see, Ed here he's my yoga buddy. He comes almost every day. He's Rsvp 79 times. You can see, stats and then his answer to his profile question when he joined the group. So yeah, that's helpful to just kind of manage your group's membership. Back on the group page, we have the ability to contact members. So you can send a group-wide message to your members by tapping contact members right under the profile or right over the group cover photo. And I'm using an iPhone, so you'll have the option to use Apple Mail or Gmail to send an email. I'll just say Gmail here. So take note of the email address at the top. This is your group's mailing list. You can customize your group's mailing list in your group's optional settings. But when you send a message to this email address, it will be sent to everyone who's subscribed to get your announcements. Now, also something else to keep in mind is that you want to make sure that you're sending this email from the email address associated with your account. So I have a couple email addresses here, but I want to choose the one that is linked to my Meetup account, because if you don't send it from that, then it won't be delivered. So you can compose your message and send it, and that just sends it to everyone in your group. Back on the Meetup for Organizers app, we also have group settings. This also navigates to our mobile web experience, and you can, edit your basic information and your leadership team, etc. And then right in the middle here is your events. We have a few event lists here. There's your upcoming, draft, and past events. I'll talk more about these in a few minutes. At the very bottom, we have a bunch of hosting tips. These all link to our Community Matters blog. And then in the upper left, if you have multiple groups, you can toggle between them. Now for this account, I just have this one. I'm just the organizer of this one group. But if you were on the leadership team or owned any other groups, you'll see them all listed here. Then we have our notifications bell in the upper right. We just launched this a couple weeks ago, and like Alex said earlier, these are all group-specific notifications. So these are all relevant to your group, and you can see who's RSVP'd, any new members, event updates, reminders. So just now today, looks like Daisy RSVP'd to my event. So I'll tap that and it will bring me straight to the event. And you can see who's going in the attendee manager here. Cool. There's a bunch of other notifications here that are sorted. Then we have your profile photo in the upper right. When you tap that, it will bring you to your profile page where you can connect your Zoom account. You can also contact us if you have any reports of something that's not quite working, any bugs or issues. And then you can share feedback if there's something that you're not seeing on the app. You can request new features. At the very bottom, you can log out as well. All right, so that was just a quick overview of the navigation around the app. I want to talk about a really important part of this, which is the ability to create new events. So in the lower right-hand corner, you can see the red plus sign. When you tap that, the plus sign will let you create a new event, and the two squares there, that's a copy event feature. Let's tap the plus sign though to start creating a new event. So this is the event scheduler. You can input all of your event details here. I'm going to create a new event for my yoga group. So let's say I want to do some yoga in the park. Maybe we'll do like a IRL event for the first time. So we'll save that. And then we have the events location. Now you can choose whether your event will be in person or online. For online events, you can connect your Zoom and then, or you could copy and paste a Zoom link or any online event link. You can use Teams, you can use Google Meets, really any online event platform. Just copy and paste the link in there. But for this one, I'm going to do an in-person event. So I'll say we'll do it in Prospect Park because I'm here in Brooklyn. And then you can edit the map pin. Oh, there we go. You can edit the map pin to show, to decide and point to any location, specific location to host your event. So I'll just put it right here near the dog beach. And then we have the how to find us section. You could just say, me outside the gate or something. Great. Save that. Then we have our date and time. So tap that to just select the start date. You can choose from the calendar here. Let's say we'll do October 1st on a Saturday. You could set the time to maybe 11 a.m. and then the end time to noon. We have the event description. So here you can use the rich text formatting with bold, italicized, bulleting, numbering, and hyperlinking. And then once you're done, you can preview what the description looks like with all the formatting. So I won't do all the formatting this second, but you get the idea. Then we have a featured event photo. So you can add a featured photo from your camera roll in your phone, or you can choose a past featured event photo. I have a bunch here. I'll just select this one. Cool. So those were the basic event information at the top, but then at the bottom we have a bunch of optional settings. The first one is the COVID-19 safety measures. This allows you to tell your members that masks or the vaccine is required and whether the event will be held indoors or outdoors. Here, let's just say you need the vaccine and it's an outdoor event. You can also share additional information in this text field below. The repeat event option is exclusive to the organizer app. It's not available in the member app. You can choose to have this event repeat every month, every 2 weeks, or every week. And then if you want it to stop repeating at a specific date, you can choose here. But I'll just keep this off for now because it's just going to be a one-time event. You can also ask members a question. Turn this on and then just say, or like, have you ever done yoga before? And when they answer this question, you'll be able to see the answers on the attendee list. You can also add or change hosts. So you can see that since I'm scheduling this, I'm automatically set as the event host, but you can make other members a co-host or replace them with yourself. So let's have Alex be my, maybe Alex be my co-host here. You can also remove them. Save. And then we have an attendee limit feature. If you want to cap the number of members you can RSVP to this event, you can use this. You can set as many as you want. It's an outdoor event, so I don't need to set an attendee limit here though. You can also allow guests. I'll just say, members can bring up to 5 people, whatever you want. And then we have RSVP start and end time. So here you can set the event to open or close RSVPs at a certain time. So you can say members can start to RSVP the day of the event, 1 day, 2 days, etc., 1 week before the start time. And you can even do it at a specific time. And then there's a RSVP end time when you want members to stop being able to RSVP. But I'll just keep this off. I just want it to be open up until the last minute. And then lastly is the event fee feature. For event fees, you can charge your members. You can set the payment method to direct from members, or if you have your PayPal account set up, you can charge through PayPal. In order to set up your PayPal, do that through the desktop version of Meetup. This feature is not available in the original Meetup app, the member app. So we are excited to offer this in the organizer app. I'll keep this setting off for now. It's just a free yoga event. You can also set, well, you turn it on and then you can set the amount. You can choose the currency. If you're an organizer from outside of the US, and then you can select set your refund policy, but I'll just keep this off. Something I wanted to call out were the two optional settings, repeat event and RSVP start and end time. If you're not seeing that on your screen right now, it means that you need to first set the event's time and date. So these two, repeat event feature and the RSVP start and end time, will not appear until you set your time and date. So just keep that in mind if you don't see it and you're wondering why. Cool, so I just inputted all of my information. I'm happy with this, but let's say I'm not quite ready to publish it. You can tap Save as Draft at the bottom, and it will appear right in your draft list. So that's nice. Now, if you want to edit or delete the draft, just tap it, and you can make any edits, but you can also tap the 3 dots in the upper right and discard it if you don't want it anymore. But if you're happy with it, just tap Publish, and it lets you know that your event's been published. This prompt will ask you to announce your event now or do it later. Now, just because you publish it doesn't mean that a notification will be sent out. So this feature allows you to send a notification, either email, push, on-site, to your members. And that depends on what your members' settings are. So I'll just say do it later. And then whenever you're ready, you can tap Manage Event, Announce Event, or you could tap Unannounced at the very top here, and it prompts you to announce it. So we have the unannounced button or the manage event button where you can announce it. Cool, so this is published. In the upper right-hand corner, we have the share button. Tapping that will let you share the event outside of Meetup with your friends and your network. You can text, email, copy the link, or tap more, and you can send it to your network. Cool. Great, so that was how to create an event. Now, I'm sure you'll run into a situation where you want to manage or edit your events. So let's say you want to view one of your upcoming events, you want to do a quick tweak while you're on the train or heading somewhere. If you go to your upcoming events and you tap see all upcoming events, you'll have the option to search for a specific upcoming event from the list here. So this, and then once you locate it, I'm gonna try to find one with a couple RSVPs. I guess people don't want to do yoga in the next week, but this one, my buddy Ed is coming. And you can see that 2 people are going. This one is next Monday. And so you tap going, and this shows you the attendee list. Now, if there was, let's just do a quick search for a member. You can search for someone and then add them to this event. So I'll say, Alex is going. You go back, you can see that it's updated to 3 people. And if you tap her again, you have a couple options. You can change her to not going. You can edit how many guests she's bringing. You can make her an event host. And if this was a paid event, then you'd be able to mark them as paid as well. But you won't see that option here because this is just a free event. We also have a filter and sort option. So this filter, you can filter by if the member is a host or if they will be bringing guests. And then if you want to sort, you can see who has responded most recently or RSVP'd most recently, or alphabetically. Okay. And then of course, if someone was going, so let's make Alex not going, you'll see that she's here in the not going tab. If you set an attendee limit, once there's a waitlist enabled and someone is on the waitlist, you'll see a waitlist tab here. You can see who is on the waitlist, and you can move them to and from the going, not going list. All right, and then we have the 3 dots in the upper right. These allow you to manage your event. So just some quick optional features. You can, again, close the RSVPs on the event. You can edit the guest limit, or you can edit the attendee limit. Let's go back to the event overview page where this was all of our details. If you want to edit the event, maybe do like a quick change, tap manage event, and then you'll see a bunch of options. You can edit event. If you tap view event in Meetup app, it will open the member app so you can see what your members see. You can feature the event, which will pin the event at the top of your group homepage, close for RSVPs, copy, cancel, or delete the event. When I tap edit, this is just a reminder that I'm editing this one event from a series. This event is part of a reoccurring repeat series, so it's going to happen every Monday. But any changes that I make will only apply to this one event. Just keep that in mind when you're editing events from a repeat series. So let's say I want to just do a quick edit. I want my yoga class to go 15 minutes later. Tap event, date, and time. Change it really quick to 15 minutes and save. And then you can save and publish. So just a nice way to edit your events on the go, so you don't have to whip out your laptop or go on desktop to make these edits. It's super useful. All right. Lastly, I want to show you a super useful feature on the Organizer app, which is the ability to copy an event. So here on the group page, you can either tap the plus sign and tap copy event, and you can choose whichever one to copy. Or back on the group overview page, you can tap past, see all past events, and then search for it. So let's say you had a great event that you want to do again, just go and search for it, locate it, find it. You can tap manage event, copy event, and all the information is copied except for the date and time, which of course you need to change because it was a past event. So let's just change it to here and save. And then you publish the event. Great. So it's published, you can announce it now or later again. And you can see that it's just replaced everything with, or it's copied everything, but just changed the date and time. And then your members can RSVP as they want. So yeah, so that's, that is an overview of the Organizer app. And we're really open to hearing what you think and how we can improve it. So feel free to let us know. I'll hand it back over to Alex.
Thanks, Colin. And thank you for walking us through the app. I'm gonna get the slideshow back up and running. As Colin said, hearing from people who are actively using the app is our best way of learning what we want to develop next and roll out for our organizers. An example of this in action is the new and upcoming check-in feature. We're going to have more to share about this very soon in the coming weeks. It's a feature that we developed specifically because we were hearing from organizers using the app that this was something that they needed. Once we roll this out, this feature is going to allow you to mark attendees as checked in or absent at the event itself as people are turning up. You can flag no-shows. Some groups have no-show policies where there's a penalty for people who don't turn up for events when they've RSVP'd a certain number of times. You can edit guest counts on the go. There might be more features too. We don't have screenshots to share of this quite yet, but as I said, we're going to have more to share about this soon. Based on what Colin walked us through today, if you're seeing some gaps that seem really obvious to you in the tools that you need to manage your group, you should definitely let us know. And our next slide is going to be how you can do that. I've got 4 QR codes on the screen right here, and these are different ways about staying in touch with our community support team, getting the most up-to-date information, and reaching out for help if you need it. Emily has posted in the chat the links for each of these QR codes, but you can also scan them now. In the top left-hand corner of the slide, you'll see the product feature request form. So this is where something like the check-in feature happens. Like I said, if you're recognizing there's a feature that you really want to see on this Organizer app and you're not sure if it exists yet, or if you're just not finding it, we'd love to hear your feedback, and we'll take it to our product team. It'll help us decide what steps to take with the app going forward. If you don't have specific requests, you just want to hear what we're building next, what we're launching next, the bottom left-hand corner has our product updates. In the top right-hand corner is our help center. There's a lot of resources we have available to help you navigate Meetup itself on the website, on the app, solve problems as they pop up, so that you can continue building your community as efficiently as possible. And last but not least, if something has gone wrong, if you're encountering an error message, you can contact us to report a bug. Using the QR code in the bottom right-hand corner, we'll direct that report to a specific team. They'll get to work on it right away. They'll be able to address these bug reports even faster. So again, these links are going to be available in the chat. Take a look there. Now we are going to get to the long heralded Q&A portion of our presentation today. While we are answering questions, I'm going to keep this slide up. If you didn't get a chance to download the Meetup for Organizers app yet, I'm going to keep this up. You'll have a chance to go to that landing page and download the version of the app specific for your device. And now let's take a look and see if we've got questions in our Q&A chat. Looks like we haven't received anything yet. So if anybody does have questions, please feel free to post them in our Q&A. We'll wait another minute or two just to see if we get questions in about what questions we have. Okay, so John in Santa Clara says, I don't see a way to flag a member as no show in the current version. That's correct, John. The check-in feature is going to be rolled out in the next few weeks. Keep an eye on our product updates page, and we'll have more to share about that quite soon. Any other questions about the Meetup for Organizers app, organizing your groups? Sharon says, not for this app, but how do members reach you for help getting Meetup emails for events? So this is a question about receiving notifications. The Help Center has links at the bottom of every page that says need help. If your members go to the Help Center and click that link, they'll set up an email ticket. If you check the chat, Emily has also posted a direct link to our Help Center. When I'm answering questions from organizers who have concerns about this, because it's not the first time we've heard this question, I think making sure that you can stay in touch with your members and that they are receiving the notifications and the event announcements that you need them to receive. The thing to keep in mind is it is not your responsibility as the organizer to make sure that they are receiving their emails frequently. It is the issue is that the member has adjusted their notification settings and it's not set up to receive the things that they need to be receiving. And we can't solve that for them unless they write into us. We're happy to work with them. We're happy to take a look at their notifications. What I encourage organizers to do is to make sure that you have that Help Center link handy, the direct request form to submit to our community support team. Direct them to contact us. We're here 24 hours a day, 7 days a week by email. We're always available to help. Taking a look at your email and push notification settings are the best way to ensure that you are receiving those event notifications when they come through. It's a great question. Thank you for bringing it up. Anyone else have questions about organizing, hosting events, contacting your members? Can you locate members on a MA to see where might be the best location for a meeting? This question comes from Dean. I'm not
I think he said map.
On a map. Oh, okay. The answer, as far as I know, is no, but we do have a feature available, and correct me if I'm wrong, Colin, excuse me. On the members app, we do have a search events in your area map feature.
So I think Dean is saying, can you locate members on a map to see where might be the best location for meeting? Alex, you're right. We do have the ability to search on a map, but we don't see exactly where members are located. So you'll have to kind of ask your members what they think, you know, get in touch with them, post in the event chat or on your group discussions to say, hey, let's do an event. Where should we meet next? And hope maybe do some polling with where the best location for the meeting is.
Yeah,
that's probably
absolutely.
the best.
I think healthy communication with your group members and your attendees is a huge part of selecting a convenient venue. And like I said, I did bring up the member app has the map where you can search for events in your area on a map. The reason I bring that up is it might indicate what venues are available for similar types of meetup events.
And exactly. And Dean, that is a really good idea. So feel free to submit that. I'll keep that in mind, but also submit that in our product feature request form that's posted here in the chat, because I like that idea.
Yeah,
kind of find like where the best venue would be and like kind of the central meeting point. Yeah, I like that.
Brian asks, if I'm wanting to track how many of my contacts have regularly attended, can I do that? Colin, do you want to take a look at attendance? I know we saw some attendance stats in member profiles on the app.
Yeah,
it sounds to me like Brian's asking about sort of like more bulk stats.
If I'm wanting to track how many contacts have regularly attended, can I do that? Sounds like he's referring to members. So how many members have regularly attended? Yes, so you can view, we actually have a group stats page. So when you go to your group homepage, I believe if you go to, is it the more
Yeah, the
option,
more
and then
menu will have stats.
there's stats. You can view stats and see how many members have RSVP'd over time. You can also see how many members have joined over time. So check that out, and let us know if you want to see more stats,
Yeah.
or specifically.
If you access that stats page on the desktop or laptop website version of the site, you can also export a spreadsheet version of those stats, which will give you like a more nuanced and specific, cross-section of those statistics.
Right. Yeah, that's a handy feature. Also, if you go to if you're curious about a specific member's stats, if you go to their group profile, then you can see how many times they've RSVP'd, how many times you've marked them as no-show, etc. So check that out. Let us know if you want to see more stats, though.
Yeah, and that's, I think, a good segue into the next point I wanted to make, Colin, which was at this time, the Meetup for Organizers app is optimized for event management rather than group management. We do have the link on the group homepage in the organizer app that will take you to your group settings, but there are some features for managing your group that are better accessed through the website at this time. If event management is hampered by your inability to access some of those group management tools through this app, that's a hugely important thing to submit to our feature request form. We need to know like which of those features we need to prioritize and launch sooner rather than later, and make sure that you're able to, if stats, if the group discussions, if these things are crucial to how your group communicates and how your events can be successful, please, please, please let us know. That's a really, really huge part of the process. John asks, possibly off topic, when I have the regular Meetup app on my iPad and I try to use the Meetup website, I get taken to the app, the regular one. Is this normal? I
think it is.
Yeah, I don't think that the Meetup website on a mobile device will automatically connect to the new Meetup for Organizers app yet. Frankly, I don't know what it would take to reconfigure that so that member stuff would go to the regular app and organizer stuff would go to the org app.
Right.
That's a good question.
So I think John is also saying that he's taken to the regular app, the member one, the original one. And I think because you're using iPad, it prioritizes the app over the website. So that's probably, I believe that's expected. Right. Yeah. Not concerned about the organizer app. Yeah. I think it's expected to be taken to the app if you have it downloaded. So if you prefer to use the website on your iPad, I think you should uninstall the app, because then you won't be redirected to it.
And frankly, the Meetup app is not well optimized for iPads. I think it'll function, but it's designed to work best on phones rather than iPads. So if you're more comfortable using the website on your iPad, yeah, I agree with Colin. Uninstalling the app from your iPad is probably the best way to go. Yeah, no problem. Thank you for the question, John. We are at time. So I want to thank everybody for joining us today and for your questions. It's always great to hear from our community of organizers. I got a couple of things we want to promote before we call it a day. First, what you're seeing here on this slide is a QR code where you can join our Meetup organizer community on Discord. Discord is an instant messaging platform, and we've been building up this community over the past few months. We have a team of organizer mentors. These are experienced organizers who are sharing their experiences with new and seasoned organizers who are looking for ways to boost their communities. Hearing directly from people who are doing this organizer work is, I think, a really, really valuable resource, and we are encouraging as many people as possible to join this community, to join the discussion, and to benefit from our mentors' experiences. So feel free to scan this QR code and join our Discord community. And then last but not least, you can scan this QR code to subscribe to Keep Connected, the Meetup podcast with our CEO, David Siegel. We have interesting conversations about community building. Sometimes we'll have announcements about stuff that the company has coming up next. It's another way to keep up with what we've got going on. So thank you once again for joining us for another office hour session on the Meetup for Organizers app. I'm Alex, that's Colin. have a wonderful day, and keep building those communities. Thank you again.
Take care, everyone.